was there any point where the idea of these commitments to these actual plays became more work than it was fun, or were you able to keep the vibe of really just loving role playing games and being able to stay with?
Well, anybody that tells you that, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life is lying to you. I mean, it's still work. It can just be fun work. I have never lost sight of what a blessing it is to get to do this. I came up through the satanic panic when these things were evil. And then I went through the period of where they were just lame. So when you're like, what do you mean somebody wants to watch me play D&D? What do you mean somebody wants to pay me to watch me play D&D? Like, what are you talking about? Like that would have been completely alien to me, utterly. It'd be like if somebody told you that, like, millions of people are going to want to watch you mow your lawn. You're like, what? Why? You know. So the fact that we get to do this is so incredible and amazing that it's like that whole, bad day fishing's better than a good day working type thing. Like, even when it's difficult or stressful, because again, it is work, it's still been great the entire time, always.
Yeah, I noticed more recently kind of that bigger trend of touring, kind of like a concert,
Mhm,
right? Or a play.
mhm,
And it reminds me of I had a similar thought to when esports was getting big in the 20 teens. And
mhm.
it's like all of a sudden people are showing up at venues rather than watch a sport, they're watching esport. And it took me a little bit to wrap my mind around, like, is that worth it though? And I kind of had the same thing with the actual plays when they started touring, but having it had a chance to sit in on a few, like, it's such a fun experience. Like, I can understand
Yeah,
why they're doing that now.
it's like going to the theater versus going to the movies.
Exactly. All right. What about any new projects that you're working on right now that you're allowed to talk about?
Well, that's the hard part. Well, I'm currently the dungeon master of the Yard D&D. Whole episode 11 of that just went up yesterday. And there's early access for people on the Patreon. So that's been very fun. And that's been getting a pretty huge reception. All the D&D and the castle stuff, of course. I'm about to head back to the castle here on the 30th. I'll be over in England for a couple of weeks running games. At the Bard and I have been working on some Vampire the Masquerade informational content that we're going to be announcing shortly. I don't want to say the wrong thing and have her get mad at me. Yeah, so mostly that.
Very cool. Very cool. And I have a couple of questions I try to run through with folks before closing up. First off, what is your favorite role playing game of all time?
At the Lords of the 23rd century.
Yeah.
I love Battle Lords. Yes, it is like Aliens meets the Fifth Element. It is a very crunchy system, but the world and the setting, it has just been near and dear to my heart from the beginning. I actually think I started playing Battle Lords right after Rifts, even before D&D. And when the 6th edition came out a couple of years ago, I was fortunate to get to do some streaming content to help with the launch of that and become friends with the publishers, which has been nice. I've managed to contribute something to like every game that meant something to me, except Rifts. Except Rifts. It's got some horrific imbalance issues, but I mean, Kevin Symbieta, if you need a contribution, that'll be the final gem in my infinity gauntlet there of having done something for every game that I truly love.